installHUB.com. Streamlining your installations.
Hey you, another week, another podcast. We've made it to Friday the 11th of August and you've guessed it, it's been another busy week. So let's see what's been going on. Kickstarting with this news, sales of second-hand electric vehicles rose by more than 80% in the 3 months to June, indicating increasing demand for more affordable zero and low-emission cars. More than 30,500 of the battery-powered vehicles changed hands in the second quarter this year. That's an 81.8% rise on the same period as last year. Those sales accounted for just 1.7% of the total second-hand market, which, while a record for the sector, demonstrates the scale of the adjustment required in the UK's vehicle fleet before a ban on the new internal combustion engine vehicles in 2030. Now, whilst this is really good news, sadly on the flip side of this, used EV value could collapse due to fleet dumping, they're calling it. So dig deeper and the figures reveal that business and fleet registrations accounted for almost 79%, so that's 24,953 of the total number of EVs registered, a proportion that has been increasing as private buyers continue to favour petrol and hybrid cars. So currently here in the UK, we're in the throes of school holidays, and if it is you're pushing off and you want to keep it EV, then maybe the all-electric Volkswagen ID Buzz minibus would be a success story for you. It has been for the European automaker, helping VW overtake Tesla in the EV sales war in Germany in the first 7 months of the year, and has an unladen weight somewhere between 5,070 pounds, which is 2,300 kilograms, or 2,600 kg, depending on the configuration. This means that with 4 people on board and of course a couple of items of luggage, it fits in the Europe's B driving licence category, which restricts the maximum weight of the vehicle to 3,500 kg. As a result, the upcoming Californian concept camper, which will be put on display at the Caravan Salon show in Dusseldorf, Germany at the end of this month, will be based on a plug-in hybrid long wheelbase multivan, with the series production version expected to roll off the assembly line next year. In big news this week, Vietnamese electric vehicle maker VinFast said it expects to start trading on the Nasdaq as soon as next week, sparking a surge in the shares of its parent conglomerate and its blank check merger partner. The Vietnam-listed shares of Vin Group rose almost 7% on Friday to 72,600 dong, a one-year high. New York-listed shares in Black Spade, the special purpose acquisition company that is merging with VinFast for the listing, that jumped to 73% to close at $18.50 on Thursday. Rivian is ruling out price cuts in response to its EV rivals. We are bullish on the continued strong demand for our products, CEO RJ Scartho said on Rivian's second quarter earnings call. Rivian increased its 2023 production forecast to 52,000 vehicles this week. So everybody's watched James Bond and everybody has before now wanted to be Bond himself. Well, now you can. The EV version. So the BMW i7 Protection is an armoured sanctuary of an EV. Now the i7 Protection takes the standard BMW i7 and transforms it into an armoured sanctuary that'll shrug off attacks from firearms and even explosions. Pretty cool, to be fair. It provides what those in the know call the VR9 protection, a scale which is created in Germany. It's an association of test laboratories for attack resistance materials and construction. To achieve this resistance, the car's body shell has to be strengthened along with thick blast and bullet resistant glass. So if you need that for whatever reason, it's going to be on the market. In charging news this week, Great Yarmouth MP has cut a ribbon to launch the town's first ultra-fast electric vehicle charging points. Sir Brandon Lewis joined members of SSE Energy Solutions and M7 Real Estate at the site of 10 150 kilowatt charge units at Grapton Hall Retail Park this Thursday. The 10-bay charging area adds to the existing 45,000 charging points in the UK to date. Sir Brandon said the new charge points provide confidence to drivers of electric EVs. I've had an EV for quite a few years now, and I'm quite a fan. We've also got rapid electric vehicle charge points coming to Scartho service station. Mariner's service station in Waltham Road is ditching its jet wash to make way for 5 EV charging points. By the calculations of an EV-owning councillor, these powerful chargers will power up cars in 15 minutes for 120 miles worth of driving. In solar news this week, a company wants to create a solar farm the size of a large Cornish village, which would generate enough energy to power the equivalent of 8,000 homes in Cornwall. A Cornwall Council Planning Committee has heard the concerns its creation would see the loss of vital agricultural land across 16 fields at Connor Downs near Camborne. Putting the development into context, the parish currently sustains 2 solar developments totalling 29 hectares, so this development alone is almost twice the size of those developments. We as a council are convinced that the applicant has not provided compelling evidence that there is not suitable quality area available nearby to avoid the loss of high quality land. In other solar news, an attempt to block a solar farm at the High Court has failed. Planning permission for the 77,000 panel site close to Wrekin was initially refused after hundreds of objections over the impact on the landscape. Telford and Wrekin Council took legal action in the case after it was overruled by a planning inspector in May. The council said it was bitterly disappointed at the court's decision. The council has also sought permission to appeal against the New Works decision and expects to hear in the autumn if it will be allowed to proceed. But for every no, there appears to be a yes. Plans for a new solar farm in Darlington countryside have been approved, despite the takeover concerns. One councillor has said she fears the area will become a carpet of solar farms. More solar news. A new solar farm is being proposed to be built on farmland next to a small Cambridgeshire village. Plans have been submitted to Huntingdonshire District Council to install solar panels across a number of fields of vicarage land in Diddington, directly west of the A1. If the application is approved, the solar farm is expected to generate 35 MW of electricity, which is due to be provided to Anglian Water. The company behind the plans for the new solar farm, Cell Energy Limited, said it has agreed with Anglian Water to provide the company with the energy generated by the solar farm. And ending solar news with this. Solar panels have been fitted to the roof of an archive centre in Brighton 10 years after it opened. The panels were installed at the Keep in Woolard's Way, Falmer, as part of a series of green energy projects funded by East Sussex County Council. The £186,000 solar scheme at the Keep was funded by the council with contributions from Brighton and Hove City Council and Sussex University. The panels are expected to reduce CO2 by about 23 tonnes within just 12 months and save around £45,000 from energy bills, up from earlier projections. And finally, ending on green tech news. Green tech startup Stable Energy has secured £50 million for battery storage innovation. Munich-based startup Stable Energy is developing commercial energy storage with used EV batteries. The £50 million in funding round included Nordic Alpha Partners and EIC, as well as existing investors UVC Partners and Energy 360 grads Smart Energy Innovation Fund. Stable Energy is giving old EV batteries a second life while providing commercial energy storage. With Stable Energy, battery modules of different states can be interconnected, no matter how heavily the battery in the vehicles was stressed. And ending with a bit of space news. It seems to be all the rage in the media at the moment, and UK Space Agency has revealed its first recipient of £20 million international bilateral fund investment and earmarks £50 million for Earth monitoring technologies. A raft of green and clean tech projects have been confirmed as being among the first wave, so bringing a whole new meaning to rockets to the moon. So that's it. You are now up to date with the latest news from EV, solar and green tech. Remember, if you're an installer and you require help to streamline your installations, be sure to check us out. That's installHUB.com. And from everybody here at installHUB, you have a fantastic weekend, and I'll be back with you next Friday.